Well, good afternoon. Welcome to our Mindful Monday on today. I'm so excited because we actually get to talk about ourselves today, right? Usually we bring somebody on from another organization and share about their services in the community because one of the needs that we have noticed is that a lot of people don't know about all the great organizations that are in the community. They don't know about the resources that are available, right? And so today we get to kind of brag on ourselves as a team. So I am going to allow, we can start over here, don't you guys think?
Yeah, sounds good.
Just introduce yourself and then we'll just have some candid conversations.
Alright, sounds good. So I'm Lauren Inman. I am the Director of Programs and Community Relations here at Exceeds Expectations. You probably see me at a lot of our programming if you attended any of them. And yeah.
And I'm Samantha Ellis. I'm the fundraising manager for Exceeds Expectations.
Yeah, and then my name is Marilyn Chappell. I'm the founder and CEO of Exceeds Expectations. And so let's just reflect. Let's just talk about all the good stuff that is going on with Exceeds Expectations. And maybe a good place to start is what is one of your most enjoyable, I would say, enjoyable things here? Yeah, moments. Yeah.
We had a really big year, so a lot of impact, a lot of new people, a lot of new faces. I feel like we really extended our reach this year. Do you want to start? Or?
Yeah, I can start. I mean, I've only been here for a couple months, but I would say the coat drive in particular was really impactful for me, just because like actually getting to hand out those coats to those schools, and then like seeing the kids in the playground playing in those coats was just crazy, and it was like a huge reminder of like, this is why I'm here, this is why I'm doing this.
Absolutely. So, and this year is our fourth year, and so this was your first year to being able to see this. Well, yours too, Lauren, right? Yeah. So what was it about the coat drive that was fulfilling to you?
So we walked down the hallway with the coats, and we would walk past classroom with kids, and they got so excited. And like Sammy said, to see the kids like actually on the playground wearing the coats we had just dropped off that needed them, that was everything.
Yeah, I think one of the things that always get me is that you really never know how many youth is in need, right? And so by us just depending on the caseworkers, the counselors at the schools to identify those youth in needs, it just seems like it's greater each year. And so I'm excited that we were able to serve 159 youth in need with coats, hats, and mittens. Just awesome. One of the things that really excites me, y'all know I get excited all the time. But one of the things that excites me is that, about 6 years ago, we were just a staff of one with a couple of board members, a couple of volunteers. And now just to be sitting by you guys a staff who's just as passionate about financial literacy and really looking to break the cycle of poverty, not just pockets, but also mindsets. I love you guys' energy as well as your passion to serve. So I wanted to say thank you for that. So that was exciting to me. It's just to continue to see the organization grow. And I know that's not the only area where we've grown. So what is one of the things or programs that has grown and that you would like to discuss? Any one of you guys?
So the first one I think I want to talk about is the financial empowerment for families. So this is a 5-week, 6-week program for the entire family. So this was kind of our pilot program where we brought in, this is our first time doing it, and we brought in about 11 families, and not just the adults, the youth as well. So the entire family came. We provided dinner, and they had 30 minutes to just kind of relax after a day of work before starting to get into the financial literacy aspect of it. And the adults had their own sessions as well as the youth had their own sessions. So they would split off, and everything that the adults were learning, the youth were learning too. And that was I mean, you can't really get that anywhere else. So that was
Yeah.
amazing to see, and everyone had great comments about it and really enjoyed it. And the fact that they didn't have to provide childcare for their children, and their children were learning while they were learning, that was great.
No, I really agree because that's and it was just so exciting going back week after week and like seeing how excited the families were to be there. Like they were getting really into the sessions. I remember one woman, she came the one time and she was like, wait, I can bring my daughter to this?
Yeah.
And the next week she came back and her daughter was there and
She brought her nephew.
and her
and-
nephew
yeah.
and yeah, it was beautiful kind of in a way.
Yeah.
And to see it grow over the 5 weeks. I mean, they were actually sharing with their friends and family. One lady actually brought her sister,
Yeah.
and so
Seeing
that was
those
just,
new faces weekly.
yeah. And I would say also too, like at the end, we had they asked us, we thought the 5 weeks was over with, right? And they were like, when is the next one? We're like, no, this is it. So because of them, we're going to continue it on, and now they're going to be attending a 2.0 next year. And so that just leads me to believe that is a need. It's a need in the community to learn about, because I guess we might as well just share the topics we had talked about.
Yeah.
So we shared breaking the cycle, where we're looking to just normalize talking about money, talking about finances at home, at the dinner table, whether it was with your spouse or it's just a whole family in general, right? So breaking the cycle. And then we also talked about banking, budgeting and boundaries. You must have boundaries when it comes to money, right? But then we talked about credit. We had talked about investments and
We had-
insurance.
And during all this, we had wonderful speakers come in and volunteer their time and that were passionate about what they do
Yes.
and ready to help those in the room with anything they may need. So I really
Yeah.
appreciated those people that did that. So,
Absolutely. And one of them was Community America. They were just awesome.
Yeah.
Premium Choice Insurance, who had came out. Marla Dickinson with US Bank. Yeah. And she actually taught on the road to home ownership, which that's what we want to see people achieve, right? So,
We had one family that came in and they've been thinking about purchasing a home that they could do. And after that session with Marla, they came back and they were like, I'm ready. I didn't think I was, but I know now I am ready to purchase a home.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And so, this was just one of the 5-week programs that we actually do. We actually collaborate with organizations here in the community. We bring our programming to their organization. And so for adults, we do a 6-week. It's not 5 weeks, it's actually 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And then we also have our youth program. So I'll let you talk.
I'll cover Girls Fair if you want to do the expectations, the teens.
Sure.
That sounds good. So 2 Saturdays of the month we have our girls financial leadership experience, and that's just when all the girls ages 11 to 18, free for them to attend. They come in and they learn about financial literacy, all aspects from budgeting to investments. And it's not just about the financial literacy aspect, it's about the empowerment. So we're empowering those girls through the activities and building up their confidence and their self-esteem that they can do these things later on, whether it's applying to college or just developing them career-wise. So,
And did we break down the Fire Up?
No, you want to do it?
Yes, I want to do it. So the Fired Up actually stands for, the F is financial literacy, I for investments, R for relationships, E for earnings, because hey, you can make money in multiple different ways, whether you want to be an entrepreneur or whether you want to work for somebody and, get a payroll check. I mean, there is just so many opportunities to make money. And then the D is for discipline. The U is for understanding. The P is for perseverance. So we just want to let our girls know that it's not just about monetary, it's just not about money, right? That it impacts every area of our lives. It shows up in our lifestyles. And most importantly, as they become older, and we want them to just lead, right? Lead in a courageous way, confident, and yeah.
I think my favorite one that we had recently was when Miss Missouri Black USA came and spoke with them. Eugenia Doreen Wallace,
yes.
yeah, she came and spoke with them, told them about her journey through like the financial, but also overcoming challenges, and that fell into the perseverance aspect. But also, I wanted to say we have 3 more Girls Fired Up programs this year,
Yes.
so make sure you're telling the girls in your lives to RSVP. It's on our events and on our website. So.
Awesome. And our website is letsexceed.org. So you can go to letsexceed.org and be able to go to the events page. And yeah, what was your favorite Fired Up?
I actually liked the last one we did, where you actually led it. Yeah, where it was just like all about like standing up and like if you see something that you know is wrong in your community, like either use your voice or find somebody who can help. And it was really empowering because like not only were the girls getting into it, but like our volunteers who were there, like they were also inspired by the message, and they were chipping in with like stories that they had seen and things that have happened to them. And it was really important, I think, for the girls to hear. So
we have some really amazing volunteers.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
We have some amazing volunteers. I mean, they show up. We have at least about 3 to 4 volunteers per Saturday. Like Lauren stated, we meet twice a month on a Saturday. And so another moment that I like about the Fired Up program is that there was 2 girls, they were sisters. They had came in, that morning. It starts at 9 or 9:30, but we serve breakfast from 9 to 9:30. So they came in a little early, and they were like heads down, didn't really want to be there. You could tell that their mom, saw that this was a great opportunity for their daughters to be a part of. And of course, we greet them with a smile and a hug and, let them know, oh, you're going to have a good time. And let me tell you, by the end of that session that day, they were probably one of the main ones who were talking and engaging. I mean, they were getting up, speaking in front of everybody.
They were excited.
Yeah. So those are the moments for me that I'm just like, wow, this is the difference. This is the impact that we want to make. And if it's just one, we feel like we've done our job. So we have other programs.
The expectations. The expectations are really cool. It's just like a group of teens coming together to talk about the change they want to see in the world. And we're kind of just there to facilitate it. Like it's really all about them and what they're passionate about and what they want to be seeing. Last time we had a pizza party and we kind of just had like a real talk about like how they're doing, like how are they doing in school? Like, is there anything that like they see that they want to be different? And it was just like a good safe space for like teens to come together and be really honest, like about what's going on in their lives and what's going on in the world, because like that can be hard to talk about. So
absolutely. And then just helping them shape their lives on how they want to show up, right? And have a voice to speak about those things that matter to them, right? Because I think sometimes kids are scared to talk or discuss about how they truly feel. And you guys do a great job with just showing compassion and showing up with empathy and giving them a space to just be themselves, and so that's what I love seeing as you guys are facilitating that. So tell us, how did the team the expectations, how did it even come about? So talk about that.
Absolutely.
Because I'm sure they do not know.
No, that makes sense. So I guess I should go back a little bit. So another program we have is film camp, and that happens every summer from June to the end of August when they start school. And that's when we bring in about, I'd say 7 high school students to learn. Film stands for financial literacy, investments, leadership, and marketing. So they're coming in 2 times a week. They're getting paid, they're getting fed, and they're getting educated those 2 days. So they come in, we have a speaker, or we have a day where it's all about learning. And then that next day, the next time they come in, they're getting to do hands-on activities where they're getting to use the tools they learned. And part of this experience was creating 2 community events that's going to help the community. And that was the back to school drive, which we can talk about that later. That was a huge success. Really enjoyed that. I think we had well over 350 people.
Well, I think it was like 420 something.
Yeah,
between
so,
youth and adults.
Yeah, so huge impact. And then we also had the Teen Summit, which is when the teens gathered a group of teens from the Kansas City area, and they sat down and talked about things that they were passionate about again, and changes that they wanted to see in the world. And they had group activities where they got together and discussed how they were going to implement those changes this school year. But going back to the teen experience, so at the end, they started this teen group that meets twice a month, once in person, once virtually. And they call themselves the Expectations because they want to be the people in their school that others can look up to. And they want to create that change. So they meet 2 times a week or 2 times a month. And they come in and they just discuss those things. And yeah, it was a wonderful group that we had.
So for 2024, what is it that we want to achieve with the film camp?
Tell me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so film camp this year, we're looking to grow those numbers. We're looking to bring in more students this coming year, as well as they're going to have more opportunities to build those career skills, right? So they're getting to do those 2 events, but they're also getting to produce things that the community will see week to week.
Yeah. And thanks to the city of Kansas City,
Yes.
They are funding
Mhm.
our film camp for next year.
Yeah.
So now we can actually increase the number of youth who is a part of this camp, this paid camp,
Yeah.
right? Which is just awesome because how many resumes was submitted?
I believe we had 32 last year, and like I said, we only got to accept 6, 7.
Yeah.
So.
And they went through interviews.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it was just like, getting their first job.
Yeah.
We brought them through that interview process, and and we decided on who was going to be the most impactful. That's kind of how we decide. But it's probably the most beautiful thing about this experience was that the teens that went through the program, they impacted person after person after person.
Yes.
So the reach was even greater. It extended beyond the 6 people that were there.
And
So.
they did that I noticed through their social media, their personal social media. So for me, the fulfilling part was watching them use their social media in a positive,
Yes.
influential way.
Mhm.
Because nowadays you hear about the bullying, you hear about, people getting depressed,
Yeah.
all around social media. So just by you guys teaching about just social media etiquette,
Mhm.
that goes a long way, right?
A lot of teens, they don't know that when you post, it's there forever. It doesn't go away. And so that was a huge thing that we covered, is about how to just, like you said, social media etiquette.
Yeah.
For your professional life.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And they ended up getting professional pictures,
Mm-hmm. Yes, they all got
taken.
headshots.
Yeah.
Professional headshots.
which is just awesome.
Yeah, and I think there was only one person that had ever had them done before. So for the other 6, this is their first time having that done, having their pictures taken professionally.
Yeah.
So that was also really cool to see.
What was some of the feedback? Because I remember we had got some good feedback. So I just wanted to make sure that we're sharing this feedback, with our audience.
So probably my favorite piece of feedback that we got was, and I actually plan to share this on social media later this week because we interviewed her on video, and she said that this program made a difference. And the reason that she enjoyed it so much is because a lot of the programs that she goes to, you kind of just sit there and you learn. And she says you don't get to really speak up or be involved, and you don't get to know the people that are teaching you. But with this, it was a whole immersive experience where you got to learn and grow throughout this whole 3 months. and then you got to make an impact. So you got that hands-on experience. And she said there's no other program that she's been to that's allowed her to do that.
Yeah,
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But also, they love growing their networks. They all have LinkedIn's now.
Yeah.
And they said they made a lot of new connects with people, and that was really exciting for them.
Yeah. I thought it was awesome too that because we actually had 2 interns this past summer,
Mhm.
and both interns was actually help leading the summer film camp. So I mean, they got a lot of experience when it
Yeah.
comes to nonprofit work and service. I just thought that was just awesome. So I know in 2024 we hope to maybe have like 3 to 4 interns. Because we're growing, and it helps when we have funders who see the work that we're doing in the community and help support our program because we are making a difference. So we just want to thank all of our funders for contributing to our work.
Yeah.
So let's see what else. There's so much.
Yeah.
I know this year we made sure that we focused on mental health because a lot of times people don't realize that financial health and mental health, they intertwine, they correlate. There's a correlation between the two. And so, well, you wasn't here at the time. Otherwise, you would have went through that training with us. But Lauren and I became mental health aiders. And really because when we're out there in the community, whether it's with youth or whether it's with adults, we want to make sure that we're more aware of how can I put it? Just aware of where people are.
Yes, meeting them where they are. Yeah.
At that moment and making sure that we're showing empathy, making sure that we're compassionate and that we're listening to the cues to be able to connect them to the right resources, because so oftentimes we could just be throwing out there what someone may need, but just learning how to listen, to their needs and just listen to them was something that we just wanted to make sure that we're doing and making sure that we're being helpful. So how did you like going through that mental health?
I enjoyed it because it showed me a new way to be that bridge. Like we're talking about all the time how we connect people to resources and tips, but it really broke down the steps on how to be that bridge, how to active listen, like you talked about, and how to do the check-in part of it. So assess where they're at and where to go from there. Because leading them to a resource might not be the right thing right away. Just being there for them, letting them speak their truth and where they're at, and then meeting them where they are and deciding where to go next. And that I feel like that training really showed us all of the options that we have to do so.
Absolutely. And one of the things and then I'm gonna bring it to you because she's our fundraising manager and our grant writer. So, but one of the things that we had noticed as well is that a lot of breakthrough moments come when we're actually using a tool, the SWOT tool, where you're talking about your strengths, your weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That's something that we talk about definitely in our one-on-one sessions. But those are breakthrough moments, and it's around our mental health, our mental well-being.
Especially when we're covering that financial psychology aspect of it. And we're saying, where was the first, when did you first start to think about money? What were your first experiences with money? And that's when a lot of those breakthroughs happen, is they start to think back on their childhood and realize, like you said, a lot of things that they thought were normal aren't normal. Yeah.
And we can relate because we all have stories, right? And I think that's one of the things that I pride ourselves, or at least myself on, is that I'm not afraid to share my story and letting people know that they're not alone. That, hey, this is what happened to me. I was on bad times with finances too, but this is what I did. This is who I connected with. This is the financial institution that can help you with different options to consolidate your credit cards and have one payment and reduce your overall monthly payment. So just giving people those options, those resources to have hope, that they can overcome whatever circumstance they,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I love. I love seeing people just achieve their dreams. So any way that I can help, I'm just all for it. And so I'm gonna ask you a question, Sammy. And so as you're, grant writing, you're researching and you're seeing the work that we're doing day in and day out. What are some of your thoughts as you're, putting some of these grants together? And
I will say, I think this is an organization that's easy to grant write for, in the sense that, like, I feel like when you're writing grants, like, you need to have a good story. You need to be telling people your story, why they should care about your organization. And with Exceeds Expectations, it's so easy to do that because we have so many good stories. We have so many people who we've impacted that it's so easy to draw on those and be like, yeah, this is who we are. This is why you should be looking at us and supporting us. So yeah, it's been fulfilling to just,
awesome. And I know that you have interviewed a couple of people about their experience. Is there one in particular that you just was like wowed about, or that just pulled your heart?
Yeah, so we're interviewing people for our Giving Tuesday campaign, just kind of asking them like how they got involved with Exceeds Expectations, what they love about us. And I think Gia, with Gia's Gifts, she has the most wonderful story, and just seeing like her face lights up as she tells it. She talks about how you, Marilyn, like inspired her to like start her own business and how it's doing so well now. And yeah, I loved hearing her talk. And she just went on for like, I think it was 20 minutes. And I like didn't want her to stop. I was like, you keep going, like keep talking.
She's so passionate about what she does.
She's so passionate.
Like so proud of her because she's the one who took that first step, recognized that this is a need and made those actions, So.
And we met her mother at one of our events too. We invited some of our community partners, our board, and even some of our clients to just celebrate with us. I think it was on 501c3 Day.
Yes.
And so we got to meet her mother. She used to speak so much about her mom and even sharing their money stories. And so just to get to meet her and have her share even her story from her perspective was amazing. We learned a lot just about their family and how they learned about money. So
to say, she also talks about how it kind of normalized that conversation with her family about like it's okay to talk about your finances. It's okay where you are now. It's normal. Yeah.
So awesome. And Gia actually gave us. Well, she donated, I think, 4 baskets and to some of our girls that fired up. Yes. So, I mean, that was awesome.
Full circle.
Full circle.
Yeah. Now she's able to give back.
Yes, isn't that awesome?
Yes, yeah. And the girls love those baskets.
Yes,
so you should check it out.
Yes, they lit up, right?
Yeah.
One of the parents actually called back and said that both of her daughters were just talking about that the whole time on their way home. I mean, so it's like the little things are big things, so it's amazing. Yeah. So what else, you guys? We have so much stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. How much time do we have?
I know, because we can go on forever.
Let's cover some of the Giving Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's coming up.
So we have our Giving Tuesday coming up, the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. We're really excited about it. We just have a lot of big things we're wanting to do in 2024, and the donations that we get on Giving Tuesday and the end of the year are really going to help us achieve those things. So be on the lookout for a bunch of things. We're going to be letting you guys know what's going on and what's coming up. We're all just
where can they follow us?
At Let's Succeed on Facebook, Instagram, Exceed Expectations on LinkedIn, YouTube at Let's Succeed. And
then the end of November, the 30th, we're going to be hosting an event at Panera on Grand too, where you can just kind of come meet us, talk to us. And then Panera is supporting us, and they're giving us 20% of all the proceeds for people who come saying that Exceeds Expectations sent them. So come meet us.
Yes, please do. So November 30th?
November 30th.
All
And
right.
it's all day. So
Okay. And then Giving Tuesday, definitely tune in again.
Yes.
We want to keep saying that. And before we wrap up, if you would like to learn more about Exceeds Expectations, or would like to collaborate with us, if you want our programming in your organization, or maybe it's even your church, right? Go to programs at exceedsexpectations.org. You'll actually be meeting with our program director, Lauren. But yeah, definitely reach out to her, and let's get that on a calendar. Let's end generational poverty together. Let's exceed together. And yeah, we got about one more minute.
Okay.
So Giving Tuesday, what is our goal for Giving Tuesday that we would like to see? Just give them a couple.
yeah, so I think we're looking to raise like around $10,000 is what we decided on. And then we're also looking for more monthly donors. We're looking for people who are really excited about our mission, who really align themselves with what we're trying to do, and who say like, yes, I want to continue supporting us. So that's really what we're looking for, what we're excited about. So
And every little bit counts. So even if it's just a $5 to $25, those are purchasing our financial curriculum books for our families. Those are keeping our youth curriculum coming through. Those are providing our speakers and lessons for the girls. So every little bit counts.
And keeping it free, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're unable to do this, without any funding. And so your monthly contribution could definitely help with that. So thank you for tuning in today, just to allow us to be able to share what's been going on this year. Definitely go to letsexceed.org to look at our website. We're always having events that's on there, as well as subscribe to our newsletters. We're always wanting to keep everybody informed on what's going on. And then lastly, follow us at Let's Exceed on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and we have a TikTok, don't we?
Oh, yes, yes, we have a TikTok. You can follow us at Let's Exceed on TikTok as well. Yeah.
So that's all we have today. Thank you for joining Mindful Monday, and we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. On the 4th Monday, we'll actually have somebody coming in to be able to share about their organization. But just remember that you have everything that you need in order to succeed on this week. You guys enjoy your Monday. Enjoy your week. Be blessed.
Thank you.
Bye.